Hello friends, and welcome to Game Lab. My name is Chad, and here in the lab we open cool new games and accessories and supplies, and we check them out, and I lend you my 15 years of experience in the retail game trade so you can make the best decision you can, whether you're a gamer or a game store owner. So, without further ado, let's take a look at Return to Dark Tower. Dun 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 dun. There, that was the thing. Okay, so you got some cool artwork on both sides. Pretty neat. For those that don't know, Return to Dark Tower is a sequel to the 1981 Milton-Bradley game Dark Tower. And this was kickstarted, and it releases in April or May, I believe. But Gamer Sanctuary was good enough to give me a copy that they had funded on Kickstarter, so we can open this sucker up, take a look at it. So we get some of this stuff here, and we get, what is this? We get some destructions. This card piece included only for transit and may be recycled after receipt. Your game board is stowed. Your game board is stewed under the bottom insert for transit and from what go. All right, we don't need that. We'll recycle it later. Let's open this up. Curse you, indestructible plastic! I can't get it. Haha! I have vanquished you, foe. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. Okay, so once you have bested shrink wrap, you may. Oh, you're embarrassing me. There we go. We're making some real headway now. Okay, so we get an instruction booklet. This game is super fun, and you'll have friends, and women will adore you, and men will find you handsome. All right, well, that seems ridiculous. Well, Return to Dark Tower, instructions, rulebook, full game board, hero board, blah blah blah. Does all that stuff. Your heroes. Whoop. So, what do we got for heroes? Let's take a look. What's holding this together? Some kind of paper. Oh, it was much easier this time. Ugh. Okay. Brutal Warlord with a logo on the back. Put that there. Orphan Scion. Relic Hunter. Spy Master. And then we get a bunch of tokens. Which, of course, very cool. Oh, stop hassling me. Tokens. Uh-oh. One of them has escaped. Curse you, foul beast! Oh, there it is. Disaster averted. I shall put him right back upside down. Oh. All right. Then we get all our little doobly-doos. Here. Oh, it's taped. Why is everything so securely packaged? Okay. We'll put that there. Okay. So. Then we have... Wow, these are really nice. These are really nice. Little miniatures. I'll give you some up close. Some up closes? I'll give you some up closes on these so you can see them. These are really well sculpted. Wow. These are really sharp, fine details, but cut deep, so you could paint these with ease. Man, those are nice. Of course, they have one for each of the characters. That goes without saying. Then they have the D6 with a bunch of little symbols on it. Bleach, Aviator, Transmission, Supplies. I made all of that up. I don't know what those mean. We're not that far yet. A bunch of skulls. Those go in the tower. Skulls. Colored bases for your dudes. And of course we have little things that represent towns and villages and whatnot, some doodads, and we'll get some pictures. I get some lovely B-roll of all of those. And then cardboard insert, vacuum formed plastic, and of course the tower. All the little seals going on here like that. Very nice, very nice. And decks of cards. What's this? Gleb the Outlaw King. If you end your turn in the mountains, gain 6 stuffs. Okay, very nice. So there's all of that. So that's what you get. Now, I was always kind of wondered how the bottom of this box worked, because it looks like it has 2 lids. Oh no. Nope, it does not, in fact, come apart. It looks like it should come apart, but I guess that would be annoying if you opened the wrong end and everything fell out, so we can't have that. But okay, well, that is everything you get. Loads of tokens, some really finely detailed miniatures. These are beautiful miniatures. A dice with some Jubilee Jews on them. Colored bases that go on your dudes. Oh, these are all out of order. Because that guy's green, and that guy's white, and that guy's blue. None of this is right. They snap on there pretty good. Oh, I hope these come off. Woo! They do. They snapped in there pretty tight. I was worried for a second. Okay, now we've got the tower, which does light up and connect to Bluetoothingtons. Alas, batteries not included. That's okay, I have batteries here in the lab. And on off switch, bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, and then of course you got all these little seals that go on or come off, or who knows. The game tells you what to do, but the original I'm sorry, I'm fiddling with this. Is giving me no end of frustration. This, of course, is a sequel, as the name might imply, Return to Dark Tower. The original game released in 1981, and it had a really cool TV commercial with Orson Welles in it, which I have, and we will take a look at momentarily. The game was originally released by Milton-Bradley back in 1981. I've said 1981 a couple of times. I love 1981, though, seriously. 1981 is when the game came out, released by Milton-Bradley. Orson Welles did the TV commercial, and the premise is that a million years later, or 30 years later, the tower, laying dormant for decades and decades, has now bustling with activity once again, and the heroes must rise up and defeat the Dark Tower or lay waste to the land, destruction aplenty, ghouls, demons, fiends, and all that stuff. So, as I said, I have the commercial. Let's take a look.
Last night I journeyed backwards in time to the medieval world of Dark Tower. In this amazing game, I had to find 3 keys, lay siege to the tower, and defeat the enemy within. Each move was a challenge. The computer kept track, giving me secret information, pictures, sounds, surprises. Then, ahead of my opponent, I made my move. The battle was joined. And I was victorious. Dark Tower.
I know this is an abrupt scene change, but when I filmed all this Return to Dark Tower jazz the other day, I got so excited about opening the box, I forgot to show you the tower, which is the coolest part of the whole thing. And I also never said anything about the commercial, which was also one of the coolest parts, even though it's admittedly not part of the game, but it's still super cool that they released the game back in 1981 and got the incomparable Orson Welles to do the commercial for it. So let's take a look at this tower. See, there is a power button here. When we turn it on, I have put batteries in it. And then we put that back on the base like that. And it lights up. Kind of tells you it's on. And then we can look at our app here. If we can open it. There we go.
And let's go to settings, tower control. And then you can connect to tower. Bluetooth's on, tower's on. Connect to tower. Turn on the tower, make sure it has batteries, and is on a steady surface. Well, it's not on a steady surface because it is constantly rotating, but we will throw caution to the wind. Then it connects. And then you can calibrate the tower. And the various motors and such were inside. Syncing up to Skynet, getting ready to deploy hostile robots to destroy humanity. Oh. Dun 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 dun. Tower ready. Now, in the tower controller, you can go in and check out the sound effects and light override, and then command tower. And we'll go through some of these and we'll see what they all do. The first one there was Ash Strider. This is Bane of Omens. And then the first one was Angry Strobe number 1, light setup. This is Angry Strobe number 2. That's terrifying. Empress of Shadows, Angry Strobe number 3. Nope, that won't let me command the tower. I don't know why. There we go. Ooh, it's very terrifying. Gaze Eternal and Defeat. These aren't necessarily correlated, the sound to the light effect. I'm just going through them in order of the list. This is Grave Maw and Dungeon Idol. That's idle as in not doing anything, not idle as in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom getting an idol and then being chased by a giant round rock. Isa the Hollow and Flare Then Fade 1. And Lingering Rot and Flare Then Fade 2. Ooh, that was gross. So, that kind of shows you what the lights do, what the tower does. It's very cool. That's just in the tower controls. You can also check the lights and different levels of the tower and do all that kind of stuff. It has lots of features in there. And then when you're playing the game, of course, the tower will react to such things. But now that I've shown you this, I wanted to give you a brief rundown of how the tower looked active online and in action. Now we will return to our regularly scheduled program.
As I mentioned a couple of times before, these miniatures are beautiful. I can see these taking paint really, really well. I don't see a lot of mold lines on them. Now, mind you, I'm speaking about this copy of the game that I have, but I imagine the production quality is going to be pretty good all the way around. You get a really cool looking die, a basic set of instructions. The box is beautiful. You can store everything right back inside of it if you wish. There's actually not a lot of waste when it comes to, the extra pieces of foam, cardboard, plastic, whatever they put in the box. Really, really nice. As far as production quality goes on Return to Dark Tower, it's beautiful. The tower is lovely. It's very well made. The miniatures, as I mentioned when I opened them up, are excellent. They're very well sculpted. They are very good quality. It looks like they might have a prime and a wash already going on, so they've got this cool monochromatic look. They did the same thing with the villages and bazaars and citadels and stuff, the little buildings you get to go along with the game. The only thing... I'm blabbering on. And of course, you get the board. Let's take a look at this board. Luckily, the plastic is already compromised, so I don't have to fight with that. Let's take a look at what we got here. Oh, very nice. So, this is a sizable board. It's at least as big as my head. And it has a sun on the bottom, so your table will also be impressed with the artwork as it lays flat down. But that is really cool. That's very nice. It's a very good quality board. Seems very sturdy, nice thick cardstock. Printing on it is very nice. I like this, it's almost kind of a matte finish, but it makes the colors and the artwork really pop out very nicely. So that is excellently cool. Put that back in there. All in all, production quality on Return to Dark Tower is beautiful. Milton-Bradley released a version back in 1981, and this is Restoration Games, and they have really knocked it out of the park on that one as far as quality goes. Now, price-wise, Return to Dark Tower is not cheap, and I can see why, because these are, like, every component looks like a lot of care and time went into it. You're going to be looking at 190 bones for this bad boy. As a game store owner, board games in excess of $100 always made me very, very leery. The board game market is very competitive. There's a lot of deep discounters online that really get that price down there, which is great for the consumer, but you really have to second guess it as a game store owner whether or not you want to bring the game in. If you're selling Ticket to Ride for $50, well, you know, that's not too much. Maybe you can go online and get it for 35 or 40, but gamers usually want to get what they want to get when they want to get it. Or if you're in the store and the store owner is making a recommendation and you think Ticket to Ride is going to fit, or Return to Dark Tower in this case, you want to just be able to grab it up right then and be on your way. And that is all good and well. But once you start getting over $100, $150, a $200 board game, Gloomhaven, Descent, Twilight Imperium, Return to Dark Tower, the margin for discount gets a lot higher, so they can get them cheaper online. And, you know, people have a finite amount of money, unfortunately. Most of us do, unless you were Bill Gates or Elon Musk or somebody like that, where you don't really look at it too much. But so people have to really be careful and make sure every nickel and dime gets stretched as far as it possibly can. So it's very tempting, as much as you might want to support your local game store, to go online and purchase it, because, you know, as the game price goes up, the discount gets bigger. And I completely understand that. It always put me in a weird spot when I was placing orders, because you want to carry the big, cool, exciting games. And a lot of times I still would. People are a lot more price conscious as the price goes up, as well they should be. So as much as I would advise you, and will always advise you, to support your friendly local game store, I understand that when a game on the shelf is $100 and online is $60 or $55 or even less if it's on clearance, I understand it's a dilemma. Now, as a game store owner, would I order Return to Dark Tower? Seeing the quality of everything, yes, I would absolutely carry a copy of Return to Dark Tower. Now, I would carry it being mindful that in my market, this game is not going to move very fast. I'll probably sit on it for a while until somebody saves up some money or gets a Christmas bonus or anniversary gift, birthday gift, that kind of stuff. But I would carry it nonetheless, just because it's such high quality. That being said, a lot of times a game store owner doesn't get to see what's in the box. You know, if you get a game in and you open it up, take it all apart and look at everything, well, then it's not really new. I mean, you can re-shrink wrap it, maybe knock $10 off and just say, you know, I opened it to see what was inside. I never opened, you know, I never played it, never did anything. That's all good and well. So that makes it kind of tough in that regard, is that a game store owner might not necessarily see the quality of the tower or of the miniatures involved or of the printing of these tokens, which are beautiful tokens. I mean, everything about this game screams quality, but it's pricey, so you got to be ready to pay for it. So those are my thoughts on Return to Dark Tower by Restoration Games. It is a beautifully made set. $190 is a bit steep as far as a board game goes, but when you consider the quality of everything inside it, I do not think you'll be disappointed. As far as game store owners out there, if you have a strong board gaming community, then I don't think you'll have any problem moving this. As I said, it's beautifully made. And if you do not have a particularly strong board game market, then maybe this would be a nice prestige piece to put on the shelf and let people ooh and ah, and maybe eventually pick it up when they get that bonus or birthday gift or whatever they're going to spend it on. But I would love to hear what you guys think. Post it down in the comments and let me know. Number 7, have you been messing with the negative particle ionizer again?
No, I wasn't.
You have got to stop that.
Do it.
Just please take this away. No. Yes, and de-ionize yourself.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, it's not a toy. Anyways, thanks for joining me today, folks, and I will see you next time right here on Chad said I could do the end credits if I held this video up here. It's got a handle on it. And there's a thing over there, but I don't know what that is. But I'm supposed to tell you that this game was brought to you courtesy of Gamer Sanctuary in Flint, Michigan, And you should check them out at flintgaming.com.